Notorious BOZ!
Yep. Hey, can we hear us on the microphone?
Hey, oh, there we go, yes. Ooh, gross. Ooh, you ever hear your voice for the first time and you're like, oh. Okay, hey you guys, it's Saturday night at LBC! All right, you guys, who is here to see a Notorious BOZ show for the very first time? Welcome, you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. This seems high for me, so I bet it's high for our guest as well. Okie dokie. You guys, Notorious BOZ is a long-form show where we invite notorious members of our community, of the Bozeman community, the greater Bozeman community, greater Montana, the greater world, to come to this stage and tell us true stories about their lives. And then these awesome improvisers are going to do some scenes inspired by those stories. We do our best to not just recreate stories on stage here, but just be inspired by them. So if we're not replaying a full story that they tell, we got it. We got it. Yep, we're on it. You guys, we are so excited though tonight for our guest. A lot of you guys, I'm sure, know her. She is a performer and teacher here at LBC. She moved up from LA and she's one of the good ones. She wants to make sure that we know 3 things. That she's single. That she's tech avail, so if you're producing a movie, she is ready. 2. And she's looking for work. You guys, if anybody's looking for any work, you guys make it nice and loud for our favorite Chelsea Hogan. Hello. What a marvelous introduction. My friends are here. Hi, everyone. How many of you know me? How many of you don't know me? Okay. Well, welcome all. You will know me pretty well after this. And for those of you who came to see me, it's so nice to see you. So, as Molly said, I perform here at Last Best Comedy. And, you might know me from there, or you might know me from the bike community, the stationary bike community. But what you may not know about me is that through my whole professional life, I have been involved in the wild and sexy field of museums. One of my best friends said to me one day, before I met you, I never even knew there was a museum world. Like, I literally never thought about museums ever, let alone like who worked there, what they did. So I'm here to peel back the curtain a little bit. And, I say it's wild and sexy like it's a joke, but it's pretty sexy, you guys. And one of my favorite things just ever in life is when like a very like stodgy, uptight person has to talk about something like really sexual in a painting, has to talk about like the labia or something, but it's like a professor from like Harvard or something. And I used to work at this pretty illustrious museum in Los Angeles. I'm not gonna name it, but there's like 2, so it's one of those. And I worked there for about 7 years, so it was a really, really big part of my life. And I wore this special shirt today because there is an art form that is highly underrated and undervalued. And I am here to shed some light, for once and for all, on the world of ancient Greek pottery. Yes, please clap for them. Clap for the Greeks. No one has clapped for them in over 2,000 years. So I came to this this museum in Los Angeles, having never studied ancient Greek and Roman art at all. And it's a museum of Greek and Roman art. Don't know how I got the job. No, I mean, I have my bachelor's degree in art history. I have my master's degree in museum education. So this is like the thing that I want to do. I really love teaching people about art. So I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey with Greek vases. So have you guys ever seen these things before? Like if you go to like the Met or that place in Los Angeles, you'll see all of these like orange and black pots. And you're like, got it, got it, got it. Sure. It's a cup. It's a whatever the fuck. Fine. Like, I don't care. Now, I was feeling somewhat the same. And I found myself in the position where full time I had to teach people about these things, which is actually a very wonderful thing. It was my favorite job ever. And like I got to teach little kids and adults, anybody from people who knew about art to people who couldn't give a shit that was just there on a field trip. So I had to know a little bit about everything in the collection. And I was like, okay, I guess I gotta learn about these vases. And we had like this very involved curatorial team, which is, I will tell you, very rare. You guys don't care about this, but inside baseball with museums, usually curators don't mix with educators. Usually curators are like too, I don't know, they're too fancy or they think they're too cool for educators. So, but there was this guy who spent like an hour one day teaching me all about Greek vases, and particularly this one vase. And I don't know how to tell you guys this, but I'm very attracted to nerds, particularly like Rick Moranis types. And if you don't know who Rick Moranis is, yes, give it up for Rick Moranis. Nobody ever gives him any love anymore. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Suddenly Seymour. Now, this guy was a Rick Moranis type. He was very frail. He was kind of small. And he was British. But I was so fucking attracted to him. I don't know why. Except for the fact that, you know, if you're attracted to men, if they are British, it helps. Am I right? Yeah. Am I right? Am I right? So this guy, I think probably like his Britishness was a lot of it. And he spent a lot of time with me in the galleries talking to me about these vases, and in particular, an entire hour on this one vase, which I didn't even realize you could do that. And that vase was like about Achilles or some shit. It's very interesting, but I'm not gonna get into it today. But I was kind of like, what's going on over here? And as you start to look around a gallery full of ancient Greek vases, you're gonna notice a lot of dicks. A lot of dicks. Now, ancient Greek vases are, a lot of what we know about ancient Greece comes from looking at these things. So this isn't necessarily daily life though. This isn't like what the Greeks were necessarily doing every day. This is what they were doing on like their best days. There was something called the symposium, which is just described as an all-male drinking party. Sounds like a frat party. We got one of those going on up the street today, am I right? I don't know. But like probably it seems like women weren't really invited. It was a lot of men fucking and drinking wine out of these vessels. And so a lot of what you see is like in these pictures, you see men drinking out of other cups. So it's like kind of cool. It's like a cup within a cup. And then you'll see like literal dildos. Like guys will be carrying like something that you can only describe as a dildo. Like like it's just like going like this, or he'll be like putting it up another guy's butt. Or one time I saw an ancient Greek vase that was a woman carrying and I think probably it was a man dressed as a woman. And that's a whole other thing, is like a lot of times they wear masks because they had to do with theater. I don't know, see me after class if you want to know more about that. But one of the best ones I've ever seen, it's just like a lady carrying a basket full of dicks. And I was just like, oh my God, why did why didn't I ever learn this in school? I love this. And so I just really fell in love with ancient Greek vases. I really fell in love with this guy who we call Sir Vase, because he's like this British guy. And the really cool thing is that he and I are actually married.
Oh.
Just kidding, no we're not. Anyway, that's my good story.
Hello, it's very nice to meet you.
This is so boring.
Oh, Marcus.
This is so boring. Come on.
I know. Look, it's a lot of pictures here. Yeah. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, real flat, real cool.
Oi, think what? Hey, oi. What? You got a soccer ball, right? A football. It looks kind of like that photo right there, that pink right there, right? Oi.
Mr. Travis, look, I appreciate what you're trying to do. But I'm a nobody from a no-good town, and you're not going to change any of that, okay?
Well,
I'm not going to appreciate art, Mr. Travis. I'm not going to appreciate art.
I can't change who you are, Marcus. You have to decide, Marcus. You have to find out within you, within your heart.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I was just walking by in the hall. Here's my panties.
Mr. Travis, look, don't try to upsell it. I know being smart's real cool, but it's not the future for me.
Marcus, I'm not smart. I'm just British.
Next, you're gonna tell me you're not sexy either, huh?
In London, I'm a solid 3. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Wrote my number on this museum pamphlet.
Look, Mr. Travis, it's not a place for me.
Listen, Marcus. I don't want you to turn out like me. I want you to go somewhere with you.
Mrs. Travis,
Look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh,
right there.
God.
You see that? You see that?
it's like 8 people.
Travis, I'm waiting in stall number 2.
You want this? You want this kind of life? You go to a museum and you just get hit on by all the attractive women and some of the men?
Mr. Travis, look, I don't want to add confusion to this, but yeah, I don't think anybody wants your life. It seems stressful.
Whoa, big harvest there, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, they're coming right out of the ground.
They're coming out of
There's more over here! There's more over here!
These are entomologists.
Boy, you know, it sure gets me happy in my heart
Oh, my
to be
God.
picking up bugs, because that's what entomology means.
You did real good on that first exam, didn't you, Kieran?
I
Oh, you did so
I
good.
freaking did.
You're saying, that's a bug.
That's
Yeah.
a bug.
I know about
I can identify actually about 3.
Well, stop it.
3.
Stop it. Kieran.
Yeah,
3.
sometimes 4, and it's often 2, you know?
Okay. Well, Irene, well, then you belong in the symposium.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, like look at this one right here. This guy right here. Here he is.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, he kind of reminds me of my dad a little bit, you know? Yeah. Because my dad, he had a small little face like this. He had a small little face. He kind of always looked like, you know, the sort of guy who watches the Powerball, you know? That was
Thinking this is the day. This is the day.
This is the day. And actually, that is why they named this bug Dominicus rachynomicus. Yeah, actually, I don't know why they named the bug that, but that is what they named the bug. Oh, god damn.
Oh, Jesus, it's still alive. You know, I guess it reminds me of the funniest entomology.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, whatever you're
One of
saying.
them's words. One of them's bugs. You know? That's why I work here.
Entomology is more. Oh, fuck.
You know what? Oh my God. Well, you know, I think you're gonna do fine as keynote speaker.
Okay. Yeah. No, actually, I got my note cards here.
Hey. They don't even know that they struck us. Help! 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 Help!
Zooming out!
Rejected again, Samantha. I was rejected again by those damn uppity curators.
Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry to hear that,
Can I have some of your cocoa you're brewing over there?
You got it.
I mean, seriously, who says they're on some big high and mighty pedestal? Maybe a Greek pedestal and some type of a column?
You're just so smart.
Iconic.
Oh,
God, see, I don't even know. God damn it.
careful, careful, it's hot. How many marshmallows?
Guess. How many Greek letters are in the alphabet of the Greek alphabet? That's how many I want.
5. Right? No, am I wrong? Oh, you're so smart. You're so smart.
If only the curators could see that.
Not everybody can be an educator like you.
And you, don't let yourself be put down like that. We're educators.
Marm, got a big bucket of dicks.
Come over here, Carl. Thanks a lot, Carl. I hope you didn't break any of those
Hey,
dicks.
Carl, remember, we have a meeting after. I'm going to talk to you more about the big ones.
Okay.
The big ones.
Look, you can't let them get you down. You know what I always say.
What?
Curator schmurator. They're a bunch of turds.
And a basket of dicks. Thank you. You always lift my
Oh,
spirits.
you're welcome. Oh, well, so what are you going to do?
Stage a coup. It's gonna be the mightiest coup. I'm gonna gather all the educators. And some of the janitors too.
Educators.
Yes.
They're coming already.
I'm gonna have them all join me in a triumphant coup against those curators the likes that this museum has never seen before.
Wait a minute, Tina, wait, no. You can't do that.
Why not?
I can't.
Why not?
This is my livelihood. This is my job. I can't, what's gonna happen?
It's just the second biggest museum in LA. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so how are we gonna get past these cameras? How are we gonna get past the guards?
Basket of dicks.
You're not saying we should use the dicks.
That's precisely what I'm saying.
Well, wait, you're just so smart, and I don't.
I am the premier educator here in this unnamed museum.
Well, I thank you, ma'am, for taking time out of your busy educational schedule to, help the new guy. Now, I brought all
What's
these.
in this basket?
These are things I just brought from England. These are English sex pots. Everybody is clothed.
I received the instructions about this and I already, thank you. Wow, that was beautiful. I feel so inspired. In fact, that reminds me of another story.
What?
I know. Yeah, is everything okay?
Just like that.
Oh, he said just, and it sounded like he said Chelsea. I don't know. Anyway, so after I worked at that unnamed museum, I worked at another place that refused to call itself a museum. It called itself an art laboratory. And there were no exhibits, there were experiences. And it was, you know, it does really feel a lot like bullshit, but at the time, I totally drank the Kool-Aid, and I thought, like, it was so refreshing coming from this place that was, like, just really, really perfectionistic and really, really polished and really, really careful to this kind of way more free place. And the founders were not American. They were Canadian and German. So they were like very out of the box thinkers. And, I feel like I want to tell you a little bit about them. So one of them, this German guy, was totally my hero. I loved him. I was like, everything he said, I was like, yes, yes, yes. At the time I was like pretty young, ready to just like kill myself for work. You know, it was like work was my entire life. I slept at the art laboratory sometimes. And it just was my entire life. So it's coming. But we're not talking about that today, okay? We talk about that enough. Anyway, so where was I? Okay, so I love this German guy, fine. But then, okay, so the owner, the founder, who had this like bazillion-dollar collection, was like kind of creepy. He's like this like leery kind of guy with big eyes, and he was like a businessman, and he was always coming around being like, what are we doing today? And we were all just like, we're trying to do serious shit here, man. And like he once called his wife his quote greatest collection, which doesn't make any sense, and also is like so wild and dumb. Yeah, it's dumb. And she was really cool. She was this cool German architect. She had a lot going on. I had no idea why she was with him. Money. No, it was definitely money. But he comes walking up to my office one day, and he goes, "Hey, you know what we should do?" Like, first of all, our experience at the time was called Truth, and it was, of course, showing exclusively nudes from the founding collection. So nude drawings, nude paintings, just like a huge picture of a lady like doing a cartwheel, like focusing on her vagina, and like a sculpture of a naked lady. It's just like all naked people. And he's like, you know what we should do? We should invite some nudists to come look at this Truth. And I was like, okay. Because I just did whatever I was told and just only cared about work. And so I go just like typing, doing some Googling, and I find this group. They don't call themselves nudists, they call themselves naturalists. And I call the number on the info the page of their website, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that a museum is calling us. And I'm like, first of all, it's not a museum. It's an art laboratory. But yes, a museum is calling you. Because they had really been wanting to go actually to the other museum where I used to work, and they wouldn't let them. So they're like, you guys are gonna invite us to come in? And I'm like, yeah, I have to do it because I'm a creepy boss. He wants me to do it. And so I put together this event, and literally 65 nudists come. And it's me and 65 nudists. And I'm actually pretty proud of the setup we figured out. The art laboratory had huge windows, so we papered them all up so the public couldn't see what was going on inside. And people would come in fully clothed. They would go in the back, take their clothes off, put them in a garbage bag, label it, and leave their clothes there. And so then they would come out from the back, and you know when somebody has new shoes or something, you're like, nice shoes. I swear to God, my impulse was to be like, good dick, or wow, you look really good. Like truly, I was like, wow, nice. And you know, they were in various stages of undress, which was the weirdest part. Like if you were just naked, I'm like, great, that makes sense. Some of them like just had a fanny pack on. Some of them just had shoes on. And one guy just had a t-shirt on, which was really scary. Like imagine just like a naked guy with just like a big, like a t-shirt that came to like about here. Like just naked. And the whole time they were like, you should do it too. You should do it. I'm working. And then just like two really quick things that happened that I think you guys would appreciate. One, there was a singer there. She was very lovely. She chose to go full nude. And before going up to sing her songs, she did ask me to check and see if her tampon string was showing. And, you know, like being a girl's girl, I was like, no, you're good, don't worry. And there was this guy, I will never, ever, ever forget this man because he really taught me a lesson. You know, at the time, like this was like years ago, I was probably the cutest I've ever been. I biked 13 miles a day. I looked fucking hot, okay? But I thought I looked like shit, right? Because all women do, always, right? Yeah. Okay, even my stationary bikers, you look like hell, right? No, I'm just kidding. You look great. You look great. But this guy, he was probably 70 or like high 60s, totally nude, except for a fanny pack, a towel with him that he put down and he sat on her chair, which was very nice. And I said to him and I was just like, wow, like, you just seem so like self-possessed and like, you just like love this. And he goes, you know, it's all about confidence. So true! And you know what? Me and that guy are married. No, we're not.
They denied us. We can't go to the basketball game. They said no naturalists.
Well, that's just stupid.
So it's just this indoor track for us.
I mean, they don't want us on a basketball court. We got bouncing balls.
Speak for yourself.
That's true. Well, yours are just internal.
Well, yeah, man.
I mean, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
So, it's really great to see you again.
You too.
God, your eyes look beautiful.
Nice tits. I know you've lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little flapster. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. So, want to go get a soda?
I don't know. They said we have to stay in this gym. You think we could go out like this?
I don't see why not. I mean, we gotta take control of this situation.
Later on.
Papered.
Person with sunglasses and a clipboard taking notes.
I don't think we're allowed out to get soda.
Not allowed, not allowed, not allowed.
This is they called it the experience, so this is what they get, I guess.
Are we part of the experience or are we the experience?
Based on the notes that guy is taking, I think we're the experience.
You said that as if it was a question.
I was hoping you would know. You're the senior member here. I'm a newbie naturalist.
Can I get a hot dog? I need another hot dog. I finished eating. I'm done eating. This is seeing the nude people, but I still want to eat.
This guy.
I paid $40 for this. On my way in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just right up here on the left.
Okay. One moment, I have to turn it around. I'm turning.
That's
There is
fine,
a
it's
man
fine.
on the side of the road. I have to let him in the car.
It's fine, it's fine.
This is how you and I am doing it.
No, I booked it this way. It's fine. I understand.
Okay.
I knew what I was signing up for.
I put the car in park. The cows and pow.
We're actually not there yet.
I know you're wondering where I am from, and I will not tell you. Excuse me. Let me just roll down the window. Sorry, ma'am. Sir. What? Sir?
Do you know this dude? What is that? What?
This is it.
You guys drove right in to our laboratory. we are cultivating bugs.
I told you we weren't there yet. We're not there. You gotta keep going.
Canada, the Google directions are hard to follow. Let me roll out the window.
San Francisco is a weird town. There's like, you think it's a football field, but it's a giant experiment.
I see some more people on the side of the road. One moment, I have something I've got to do.
I got it. The Uber inconvenient is definitely.
Excuse me, friend.
Is that you want?
Oh, he's a German man.
I'm not German, I'm Canadian. You have driven right through our Canada.
Oh no!
You can't stop it. This is the Canadian part of town. You can't stop it. I think you'd know that. Like, you seem so savvy and confident on the road. You think you'd know. But just keep going. It's up here. It's on the left.
I want
Gosh. I've never even thought about it that way.
Blew your mind, didn't I?
That is so. You are so smart.
Well, I am an educator at the second largest museum.
Yeah! Whoa.
Thanks for coming out with me. I
Whoa.
don't really go on very many dates.
Yeah, whoa. I'm just, my whole life, I haven't learned anything.
What's your favorite art period?
Yeah.
Where do you the chair experience? These are your two chairs for your date. Here you are.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Is this a thing?
Did you
This
arrange
is a thing? This is a thing that you can actually do? Am I supposed to sit on the people? Is this a thing? That seems so weird. That's so weird.
The only thing we are allowed
Is
to
this
say.
okay? Is this like an okay thing for me?
We are
to
not
do?
people. We are chairs.
Am I dehumanizing these people? Oh my god, you're so smart.
I think these people chairs are here consensually.
Okay.
They're gonna take us out there.
I can't do it. I can't do it again.
They won't have towels this time. I can't promise
It's totally fine for me to sit on this chair, and they're not gonna care at all. I can treat this chair like complete garbage, like it's not a human.
You could probably kick it.
Yeah, I can kick this. I can treat this chair exactly the way that I treat shit.
You two fucking posers. I'm being a fucking table. We're gonna make it, not like you, Trevor.
We've got children to feed.
We're motivated. Fucking losers.
Oh my god, can I just like spit on this chair? Yeah, this is so. Oh my god. I've never met somebody as amazing and out of the box thinking.
Yeah. It's not that bad. See, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
We had fun this time.
Yeah.
We had fun this time.
Yeah,
This is what we wanted.
This is
This is what we
Oh,
signed up
so
for.
cool.
This is
what
Charlie
and
then
Veronica
Vincent.
and Vincent. This is why we're good parents, and we can look at ourselves in the mirror and feel good about ourselves.
We can look at our children and we'll know.
And we'll know that we raised them right.
Mommy, Daddy.
No!
It's me, your baby fur collection.
I think this is what we wanted. I think this is what we wanted.
Well, he just looks normal.
He's too young to tell.
Wondering what you thought about my. It's going to be a keynote speech later, so.
It's a whole world of etymology. It's a whole world!
I've never met a curator of entomology before.
So I'm just standing back here. I just thought you should know it's a whole world!
Curators are intense. But that was really
Don't
good.
mind me, I'm just a fly in the wall.
I'm not the best part of what's happening. Mr. Travisi is going to be there. You know, the British man?
Mr. Trevisi's a big-ass deal! Don't mind me.
Yeah, thank you, Charlie. I appreciate
Well, I just was coming around to just check the bases. I was, just.
I appreciate you doing light and sound for
Yes,
this.
thank you for the speech. I didn't know that wasps in yellow jackets were.
They are! They are! There's actually more! We can talk to you about it more! If you want it!
Hello. Wow, give it up for everybody. Give it up for yourself. This is probably going to be my last story.
Aww.
Thank you for appropriately responding that way. I really appreciate it. No, this has been lovely. This has actually been just like super sweet, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. And I just thought I'd get a little vulnerable and talk to you about my ex-boyfriend. This is the ex-boyfriend. Many people have many exes. I don't. I have one. Now, don't worry. Don't worry. I get plenty. I get plenty. But in terms of like love, I get very little. I don't know why. That's something we can unpack later. But for now, I will tell you about my one ex. And it's kind of related because on our first date, I was working. Doesn't really seem like a date to me either. But I was working at the museum, and he brought his entire family in. That was like our first date. And then afterwards, we went to a restaurant, and then afterwards, I went home with him and just never stopped having sex with him for like 2 years. So it's beautiful, and that's it. No, I'm just kidding. So I was 27 at the time. Yes, I'm not 27 anymore. But I was once 27. And this was when I was really hot, when I was biking all the time, as opposed to now when I bike all the time and it just gets me at 0, because I'm a lot older. But that's okay, we can unpack that later. It's okay, don't feel bad for me, it's fine. Anyway, it's hard to talk about this stuff. My one ex-boyfriend. So I was 27, he was 50. Which just seems really weird. At the time, I was like, this is fine. Like, I know this is like a cliche, but it's fine. It's different because it's us. And what's weird is, like, so we met at a 12-step program, which is like, that makes it like a little more, like it puts it a little more in context, like why I would know 50-year-olds. But I couldn't tell him that, or I couldn't tell other people that, because it's supposed to be anonymous. So people would be like, how'd you guys meet? And I'd be like, in a coffee shop. Because we once got coffee. Or like, at work, because he came to see me at work that one time. But really it was like we met in this 12-step program and we would go all out together. This was when I first moved to LA and I had not a friend. And all I did was exercise, looked really hot, ate lean cuisine, and worked, and had nothing in my life except sometimes I would go to this 12-step meeting. But this is not about that either. So the interesting thing about him, I think, so yeah, he was 50, but he acted like a teenager. And so it was a lot more fun. So it's like I was the older one. And he was a teen fiction writer. He was like a YA author. And I think he thought he was more famous than he was, but he also was like kind of famous. He was probably like D-list, he was like G or H list. So like he wrote a lot of books. He's published like 15 YA books, or maybe like 20 by now, I don't know. I was in the acknowledgements to one of them. Thank you. And it's weird because like, I think that maybe of all of you, maybe like one person would have heard of him.
And it's probably me.
It could be you. Okay, so I'm gonna describe this book, and if anybody's heard it, shout it out. So this is a book about a young woman growing up in Seattle in the grunge era, and she is in love with this guy. It's like
Twilight.
Nope. No. But he thought that lady was like his rival. What was her name? The Twilight lady? Yeah, he was like, oh, she's like my biggest rival. Along with, like one time he came back from a book conference and he was like, oh my God, I saw my rival, Neil Gaiman. Sorry, bro, that's not your rival. So no, he's not as famous as Stephenie Meyer or as famous as Neil Gaiman. But, so he wrote this book. It's actually like a super horny book. And when I started dating him, I would tell my friends about him. And my best friend from grad school was like, oh my God. That is the first book I ever masturbated to. So it's like this horny book that took place in Seattle in the grunge era. She's in love with this guy who's a grunge artist. It's like a little bit like Jordan Catalano. It's like kind of like My So-Called Life, but not that famous. But the guy in it is modeled after Courtney Love because he was friends with Courtney Love before she met Kurt. That's how old my ex-boyfriend is. And so, like, my friend from grad school knew him. Weirdly, my like male roommate once was like, "Oh my God, it's that guy." So I don't know. Does anybody know what this book is? No. Okay, he's not that famous. But we had a nice relationship. Like I loved him. He's like the only person I've ever really like loved. It's fine. It's fine. We'll talk about it later. He did eventually break up with me on the same day he first told me he loved me. A year and a half into our relationship. And he broke up with me because he always felt weird about the age thing, which is actually super normal. Now that I'm older, I'm like, that was weird. So he broke up with me because, as he said, you know, you deserve to like have kids and get married. But as we all know, I'm not married. So the joke is on him.
Hi. Love a mocha, please. Mary.
Scammer all now.
I'll have, do you have 2%?
No.
What do I do, Mom?
You ask for water and home
But it's our first date.
You acquiesce to the lack of 2% and you make up for it.
Sorry I had to work on this date.
It's okay.
Mary.
I'm okay with you having a job. Dad? I'm gonna have a couple more drink orders.
The car's on. The car's on. I'm not turning it off.
Why don't you have a call for your mother? You didn't want me to join? Just Dad?
You can wait in the car.
Well, my mother's
Yeah, why
right
don't
here. You're my
Okay,
stepmother, Sally. I'm so sorry.
I was in prison!
Come here, I'm trying to write this YA novel and it's a scene in a coffee shop, but I feel it's too antagonistic. What do you think?
No, that is not good! That is not how I would write it. Why, in your position, it would go instead like this.
Like a Courtney Love type?
Mr. Trevisi.
Yeah.
Hey, I know we're at school and I'm not supposed to talk about things like this
Oh yeah.
because you're a teacher and I'm a student, but like,
I'm going over to the bathroom there, mate. Right.
I know what happened to those in the bathroom.
It's just I was in the way. I was going on my way to the bathroom there, mate. Wait.
We don't have any clothes on.
Marcus.
Mr. Trevisi.
Mr. Trevisi, I'm afraid that this is all an act. That you're really not getting any at all.
Marcus.
That you haven't had any in a long time.
I'm emotional, Marcus.
It just is this. I want to be.
Ladies, you forgot the bag of dicks in your classroom. Are you gonna use the bag of dicks
Marcus,
or what?
don't pay
Are you
attention to
gonna
any
use the
of
bag
that.
of dicks with Mr.
Marcus.
Trevisi?
Forget about it.
Just leave
Just
him
tell me
here,
about
guys.
your life. Tell me what is it?
It feels overwhelming. Like I'm just worried about trying to figure out like how to ace my APR history.
How are we supposed to stage this coup when everybody keeps doing weird shit like this? Mr. tried so many different techniques. I don't know what else to do. Mr. Trevisi was our cover. What are we gonna do
You've
now?
got so much. You got so much potential.
Grab a dick.
I just want the best for you, Mr. Trevisi. I want the best for you, Dr.
Grab a dick.
Trevisi.
Grab a dick! Grab a dick! Grab a dick! Grab a dick!
Marcus, Marcus, don't pay any attention to this.
I won't do it, Mr.
Marcus, tell me about your life.
Dicks unite!
It's just so hard.
For educators everywhere! Educators, down with the curators! Down the curators, up with education! Up with education! Up with education! Not again. No, one more time. I can't do it one more time.
No, just one more time. Just one more time. This is good money.
What? Your mortgage payment is due.
Dad, what does that mean?
Guys,
No.
look at the impacts of our actions!
Do you see what we're working with here? Mortgage loan officer? Whatever you are?
I need new furniture for my home, so I guess I'll take your kids.
Are we gonna be homeless chairs?
Okay, wait. This is pretty convenient. This is actually a pretty convenient thing that can happen.
Are you implying that we are going to sell ourselves as furniture to the mortgage loan officer?
No. We'll sell our children.
No. I way prefer to sell ourselves as furniture.
No, I think-
like this.
Yeah. And we can make more children.
No, I don't need regular old chairs.
Whoa, okay.
I'm a baby bark
rude.
lounger.
Eames and, Eames.
That's our last name. Well, yep. That was probably the best keynote speech I think I ever could have fucking given.
It's a whole goddamn world! A world of entomology! It's amazing! Holy shit! I thought I knew!
Hey, thanks for hiring me as a fellow bug gatherer since I got fired from the museum. The second museum in LA that I'm not supposed to name.
But people know. People know.
I'm sorry, you all are having a conversation. I'm just gonna be a fly on the wall.
I taught him that phrase.
I tell you, Cameron, we're so proud of you back home.
Oh, God,
So proud.
You know, honestly, it's been a bit of a tough ride up to the top, but I got there.
education.
I started as a SoundCloud rapper in Butte, Montana. and my raps were fire, but nobody picked up on them. So I thought, what is the origin of rap? Bugs, actually.
It's a whole world. It's crazy. It starts with bugs.
Excuse me, guys. I think I need to do something that we all want.
Whoa, another one for the basket.
Well, guys, I guess I wasn't gonna meet the one.
Well, it's all of us. We can talk it up and then.
I was supposed to be married now and have kids.
Yeah, but did you want to unpack that at all?
Janine! You were keeping me down! I had to move on!
But did you want to maybe address the fact that you haven't been talking much to your mom?
What?
Grandma?
That's actually my ex-boyfriend!
Yeah.
Why did you choose someone who looks like your mom?
I just think maybe Janine, it'd be appropriate if you spent a little bit of time addressing things and just unpacking it. Like, take a second to unpack, like, what's going on in your head. Unpack that. Just unpack.
You really want to see what's going on here?
Yes.
Let's see it. Let's take a look.
Let's
take a look.
Bike riding! Bike riding! Bike riding! Bike riding! Bike riding!
Guys, look at a dick! Look at a dick!
I'm your trauma and you're fucking away from me!
Beautiful painting.
British person, British person, British person! Yeah!
Rick Moranis?
That's wild.
Hold on! Yeah! Oi!
You gotta keep driving. If you keep going, you gotta go past the montage.
We shouldn't sit strangers on the road!
She's still on. Hey, we just gotta get to where we're going. Thank you.
Where are you going?
What is that accent?
Are you British?
He's Canadian. Can I come in?
Well,
It's a.
well, howdy!
Famous Arthur Mobile!
I'm Neil Gaiman!